just a quick overview of how we approach the Quickstart program for Salesforce.com Sales Cloud product. And we really break it into three components. Anytime you look at a software application, three things we look at is data, and then we look at the business logic, kind of what is it that we want to achieve and how we're going to use the software to achieve that. And then the user interface, what is it that the user sees and how does he operate with it. So the very first thing, if we look at the logic side of it, or sorry, the data, everything starts with the accounts. So the system is set up that we load in a bunch of accounts. One big advantage you have dealing with us is that we've got a very good list of oil and gas producers. We also have a good list of engineering companies, fabrication companies, mining companies. So we've got a good database to start with at the account level, and some contacts related to it. And when you look at it from a kind of a business logic perspective, Salesforce uses an analytic tool called list views. So I could come in here and I could say, show me a list of my oil and gas producers. And what I've done is I've kind of sorted them who's drilled the most wells in the last 3 years. I can also say who's put in the most facilities in the last 3 years, and look at the different accounts associated with that. That's not exclusive just to the oil and gas producers. I could be saying mining. In this case, I'm going to come over here and say, let's take a look at the engineering companies that are important to us, and then I can rate these accounts, who's hot, who's not. So here's a bunch of accounts that I might be dealing with on a regular basis. So that gives you an example of what we're doing here with regards to the account database. We get that in, and then we start to relate things associated with the account. And I'm just going to go back to my producers list, or maybe I can come over here to my customer list. And some of the things that we look at customers, we can put in some custom data. You know, how many deals have you done? How many invoices have you put through, and those types of things. So this might be an example of a product that this customer sells, this particular company. We go in and we look at the account record itself. Again, you know, so logic, hey, we start with the account record, and then associated with the account record, we're going to see things like contacts. So I'm just going to go back to my list view here, and we'll pick out an account maybe that has a few more records associated with. So I'll come in here and I'll go to Tourmaline. The other thing that we do on the Quick Start side of it is we help you export your contacts from Microsoft Outlook or whatever you have them in, and we associate them with the account. And then here in the account, we can go in here and we can take a look at all. In this case, you know, we're focused on, say, the drilling perspective. So if I come in here and I say, hey, I want to see all the different drilling contacts that we have available for us at this particular account, we now have that related to the to our records here, and I can see their title and their email addresses, so on and so forth. So I could come over here and say I'm focused on Darren specifically, and then when I look at Darren, there's a couple things that I want to do. This goes into, again, the data structures, accounts, and contacts. Now as a company, we want you to be inserting data, and there's some business logic behind it. And the things that we're interested in is we're interested in logging calls. So right from this particular drilling manager's contact record, I can come in here and say I want to log a call. I can determine what kind of call it is. So I could say something like it's a cold call, and then I could put in in here, this is a test. So there's an example of how we can do it, and it's associated to this. I then can come in here and I can say save, and then once I've saved, now down here I start to see the history of everything that I spoke to with regards to this particular individual. The great thing about the Salesforce platform is that you're able to do this over your mobile phone, you're able to do it from your email system, so on and so forth. I can also come in here and I can say maybe I want to assign myself a new task, and it could be something like call back, and then I assign myself a due date, and then we'd come in here and we'd say save. And now again, what I've done here is I've got my callback and I've got my due date. A couple different options. I could click on this email, go directly to that particular's email address, or I could go email over here and also assign myself a new event. Things that we're looking for: how often are we talking to accounts? What are we talking to accounts for? What we hope to do is we hope to be able to associate a new sales opportunity with this in particular individual here. And one of the things we always want to do is we want to identify what particular role that this individual plays. And then we also want to be able to come in here and make a decision. Are we going to look for an existing opportunity, or are we going to go a new sales opportunity? When we create a sales opportunity, pretty simple, we just name it. This is a test. It's a database. The better you name it, the better it's going to be. We associate what account it's related to, and then we can say what business unit is it here. So I'm going to say it's new business. What date do we think the opportunity is going to close, and then what option are we at, and a bit of a description here. As quick as that, we now have a log of every sales opportunity that we want to have associated, not with just the account, but with the individual. And now we can go in here at any given time and come in and track the status of this particular business opportunity. So in this case, I can come in here, I can see the details of the opportunity. I can take a look at, come over and look at the details, some of the descriptions associated with it. And now I also have the option of see who the people are, files, notes, and then again I have all my activities associated with it. So I can say, let's do our activities. I can come in here and I can click the details, and it will tell me about a little bit more about this particular opportunity that I'm working on, and allows me to manage it. So fundamentally, that's what it comes down to when we look at it from a Salesforce perspective, is our quick start opportunity, the data. We help you get an exhaustive list of not only customers, but prospective customers in the system. So you're able to track your activities associated with it. Once we put those in there, we then are in a position to come in and put in all the contacts that you have related to that. And then we come and we train you on how to log your activities associated with that particular account. And we also take a look at it and give you the ability to log sales opportunities with it. Quick Start allows us to also bring in some custom data. So if you had some information that you wanted to relate it to the account, and we also provide in our Quick Start package a lot of information about this particular account. So we put in where they're drilling, what facilities that they happen to be going into, what type of facilities they are. So you now have the opportunity to go in and bid on that particular business if you want. How that also translates out for you, one of the big features that we have when we're looking at Salesforce is our feature called dashboards. And dashboards, we're going to be looking at a lot of your activity data. We're going to be looking a lot at your sales opportunity data. But again, in our Quick Start product that we have, we do a lot of tracking as it relates to oil and gas business that's going on out there. So I can come over here and I can say something like, hey, show me all the well licenses drilled, and show me by who was actually drilling this particular information. So what I have here is I've got a nice list of information. So these are companies that were drilling wells last year or last week, and then I can come in and I can click any of those. I understand that you're a lot of people's business, they're not really chasing wells, but if you're going to be putting infrastructure in, it's because you need production. And so this would be a value added service that we have associated with it. But it gives you an idea of potentially what a dashboard is going to look like. And you can even get more detailed from a dashboard perspective. I could come in and I could pick a example, give me all my sales reports, and it's going to come in and give me all the different graphical reviews or representations on what's going on in this particular area. So just a quick recap. Salesforce is a database, a customer relationship management database. We want to put accounts, we want to put contacts, we want to put sales opportunities and activities inside of this particular instance. The way that we set it up, our Quick Start product, first is to help you set up your account database, have the data nice and clean, so you can come in here and you can segment your market, customers, non-customers, producers, engineering companies, whatever it is that you want to be able to do. Set up some information, allows us to kind of track what's going on, how many activities, so on and so forth with those particular customers. And then once we go in, the goal again is having the right contacts in there, showing you how to add them if you're not in the system. And then once we've added the contacts and you've identified who your key contacts are, being able to track your calls associated with these particular accounts or contacts. And then what we hope that it translates into a sales opportunity, and now we start to create our sales funnel related to our sales activity.